Hi there and welcome to a new lesson in which we are going to start to create the player scene. So to start creating our player, we have to go to the top left of the screen. The button that here we're going to be pressing is Other Node. Why Other Node, you may be thinking? Because I firstly need you to understand what a node is. At least the most, just a very simple definition of nodes, which is basically the basic creation unit of Godot, which is basically the game object. You have a lot of nodes for different purposes. You have nodes to, for example, create to the audio, you have all the nodes to create particles, you have nodes to create cameras, you have nodes for collisions, you have nodes to create markers, to create paths, to create mostly anything, okay? So that's basically a node. For different functionalities, you have different nodes. Once again, let's say that we want to add a collision. So we have some nodes that do this job. So when we are talking about nodes, okay, we are talking basically about game objects themselves, basically objects that exist in the game. Now, what is the peculiarity in this? Okay, this video is part of my full 10-hour Godot course just released in mid-May 2025. Every day new students are joining and leveling up their Godot skills, and you can too. Want to learn more? Click in the description down below. Between this relationship, let's say, is that you can have lots of different game objects as you create your game, okay? So, as we mentioned, you can have things such as collisions, you can have audio, you can have lights, and even more things, of course. These are just examples. So once that we understand what a node is, that is a game object, and that means that it can be literally anything that our game contains, with this concept we can then understand the scenes. Because what scenes are in reality, okay, if we wanted to like write a definition here, they are basically containers of nodes. Or we can actually shorten this a bit and call it node containers, okay? So, and they contain a specific nodes for a specific functionality, okay? So, for example, these squares represent the scenes that we may have in a game. So, this first scene, okay, this one over here, this one could be our menu or our main menu, okay? This one could be our player scene, okay, with different things. Okay, so let's actually make this a little bit bigger. There, player. This one could be, for example, if we had a coin, that these three would be three completely different scenes. So as you can see, we are containing different types of nodes, because what happens here is that our menu will have a certain type of nodes. So our menu will have, let's just give here some quick examples. Let's just with two, I think it's going to be more than enough. For example, our main menu could have buttons, okay? And for example, we could also have over there some text that says that has the game title, a subtitle, whatever. Of course, these are just examples. So here you can see how everything is related. Why? Because these are nodes, okay, contained inside of a certain scene. Okay, so there you have the relationship between scenes and nodes. Once again, throughout the course we're going to be understanding this difference even more, but at least having to understand these things like this is going to then make the process much easier. Now, what is left about this topic in particular is using scenes as containers. Okay, we have seen how we can contain different nodes in a particular scene, okay? Because, well, for example, here, if we take this example, let me just move these squares around a little bit. For example, if we are talking about the player, okay? Let me make this like this, and let me put the player over here. So the player is going to have very different nodes. So what the player will have, for example, is an image of the player and a collision. To make it simple, okay, so these are the basic components of a player, and maybe the coin also has an image and a collision, okay? So here you start to see these different things. Once again, in this case, in all these cases, okay, what we are doing is containing different types of nodes in different scenes, okay? So remember, in a menu, we are not going to be having the same functionalities as in a player. So that's why in a menu we have user interface elements such as buttons, text, etc. And in a player and in a coin, which are elements of the game itself, we may have images, collisions, and more elements. Okay, so here, once again, this is just for you to understand the logic behind building a game. And there is one more thing that we have to know about. We have been talking about, okay, a menu scene, a player, and a coin scene. But where does actually the game happen? Okay, where are basically these two scenes, let's say, connected in each other? Because they just exist as two different scenes, as two different spaces in the game. And that is what we have that is basically a main scene. Okay, or it's usually called also a stage scene, level scene, world scene, however you want to call it. I like to call it main. So this main scene will contain the different aspects of our game. So let me actually color this in a different color. Let me make this green and the menu scene also green. Why? You will see in a second. So continue explaining about this. In our main scene, what we have is, for example, the player, the coin. What else could we have over here? Let me duplicate it super quickly. And let's, for example, also create an enemy. Okay. Once again, just as an example, let's also make the enemy just have an image and a collision. Okay. And obviously this will be connected to the main scene. Okay. So you can start to see how everything is actually connected. And let me actually just quite quickly connect this as it is over here. So from here to here. Okay. So, and here automatically you will also be able to identify that there are two types of scenes. Okay. So what we could be able to say is that, well, these scenes that in this case I have represented them as green scenes, is that they are sub-container scenes. Why? Because indeed they are still counted as a scene themselves because they contain a certain nodes. But they don't just contain nodes, but entire scenes such as the player, the coin, the enemy, etc. So that's the key concept here. Whereas what we're going to be calling container scenes, they are going to be containing just a smaller part of the game, a smaller mechanic, a smaller feature of the game. For example, the player itself, the coin itself, and the enemy itself by separated. Okay, so this is one sub-scene. Sorry, this is one container scene. This is another container scene. And this is another one container scene because it just contains nodes themselves. Whereas what we have over here, which is this main scene, for example, this one we're just going to be calling it a sub-container scene. So in this case, we just have one sub-container scenes because it sub-contains all these different container scenes. In reality, you could even invert the names of these scenes if with this logic it was a little bit complicated for you to understand this. So how we could think about this is that the main scene contains sub-container scenes. Okay, once again here the word itself doesn't matter. The important thing here is that you understand this concept. Once again, I know that all these graphs over here could have been a little bit complicated for you to understand. But once again, now we're going to be putting all this into practice and you're going to see how all these pieces are going to be connected to each other.